Verdict watch continues right now as jurors deliberate for a third day in the Scot Peterson trial.
The former school resource deputy is accused of taking cover, not action, during the Parkland school shooting. Local 10's Christina Vasquez joins us live outside the courtroom with all the latest. And Christina, it seems like they're still deliberating.
That's exactly right. And at this hour, so far today, the jury has not had a question for the court. So we put that out to a legal analyst, a former state and federal prosecutor, who said that may be an indication that they're having a meaningful deliberation.
While there is still no verdict is something that is going to create anxiety for both sides, the fact that the jurors are continuing to deliberate is a good thing.
As the Scot Peterson jury continues its deliberations for a third day, we take a look at what is at stake for the deputy on duty during the 2018 Parkland school shooting. Charges stemming from those wounded and murdered on the third floor of the 1200 building at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The state has argued as a school resource officer, Peterson was a caregiver. The defense has called that idea ludicrous. Of the 11 counts he is facing, 7 are felony child neglect charges related to the murder of under the age of 18 students Carol Loughran, Peter Wang, Jamie Guttenberg, and Joaquin Oliver, and the wounded Marian Kabachenko, Kyle Lehman, and Anthony Borges. He is also facing 3 misdemeanor counts of culpable negligence for wounded teacher Stacy Lapel, murdered teacher Scott Beagle, and slain student Meadow Pollock, who was 18 at the time of the shooting. And he is facing a perjury charge. Prosecutors allege Peterson lied under oath about what he saw and heard that day to cover up for failing to confront the shooter at a time he had enough information to take action, but instead chose to retreat. His defense told jurors Peterson wasn't cowering, but rather taking a tactical position of cover because he didn't know precisely where the shots were coming from and did the best job he could with the information he had at the time. Peterson's maximum exposure is on these 7 felony counts. If convicted on those, he faces a maximum of 95 years in state prison. As you can see, that drops to 18 months if found guilty of only misdemeanor counts 8 through 11. Of course, the jury doesn't have to worry about sentencing. They're just focused on guilt and innocent. They are the independent fact finders here. That's what juries do in these criminal trials. And so presumably they're in that room working with each other to look at the evidence that was presented at this trial. At this hour, they're just over 12 hours, like 12 and a half hours into their deliberations over the last 3 days. The judge has said that the schedule will be that they can deliberate until 5 p.m. and if they haven't reached a verdict, resume the next morning. So we'll see how the rest of the afternoon goes. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.